This is One on One. We're here with Tom Marino. I'm not sure we'd be here without Tom Marino.
I'm sure you would.
No, I got to ask you. You're wearing the Joe Torre Safe at Home Foundation, but Tom, as the co-CEO of this organization for a long time, what has this event been like for you, particularly knowing where the dollars go?
Hey, we've been blessed both as a firm and as individuals to be able to accomplish what we have. It's time to give back. And I can't think of two better causes than Joe Torre Safe at Home and the Special Warriors Foundation. We're proud to be part of that. We're proud to have them here every year, and we'll raise as much money as we can for them.
It's so interesting. When you pick foundations, right, when you pick charities, explain to folks, I mean, how, the Torre connection, Joe was talking about the connection that he has with the firm. But those children and those women, you know, the victims of domestic violence, then we'll talk about the children of the soldiers who have been lost. What do they mean to you?
Everything. I mean, we see it close up. We see the passion that Joe brings to his kids, Joe's kids. We've seen at his events the kids there and how they've benefited.
Joe's golf outings.
And Joe's gala, where you get to meet the kids. You get to see what we're accomplishing. And then the Special Warriors, every year somebody's going to show up here, and it'll bring tears to your eyes as far as what they've been through and the sacrifice they've made for their country. It's helping them out with a scholarship is the best thing you can do. Two great foundations, charities.
Sorry for interrupting. What Tom is talking about is we've had many of the students, the children of these extraordinary soldiers who have lost their lives. They've come here to this outing, the CohnReznick outing, and they've told their story. They've told their story about how they would not have been able to go to college. They would not have been able to pursue their education if it were not for the dollars raised by this foundation. And that just
it touches you. If you don't,
that's why we're here.
If you don't feel that, you have no feelings whatsoever. I mean, one year they had a young woman on who was the daughter of the Navy SEAL. If you watch The Perfect Storm,
yes,
he jumped off the helicopter, tried to rescue. It was lost. I mean, she brought tears to everybody's eyes because she would have never been able to go to school, and now she's a graduate, and she's fulfilled her dreams in life, and we helped a little bit do that for her. So.
Yeah, Tom and I had this conversation. I remember we interviewed Tom after Hurricane Sandy because so many of the folks at CohnReznick from down the Jersey Shore area suffered, in other areas as well. We've had this ongoing conversation about the role of CEOs, the role of corporate leaders, the role of, frankly, of corporations to be helpful beyond the bottom line, actually in the community. This is something you've taken seriously. Your co-CEO, Ken Baggett, and the incoming CEO, Frank Lombardi, take seriously. The entire team, that's why CohnReznick Cares was created. Just frankly talk about that.
It's all about kids. Our foundation is dedicated to many, many kids' charities. One of the partners who started it was really my former partner, Mike Cohn, is recently retired. He's raised over $1 million for Make-A-Wish himself through Bolotons. We like to get the staff involved because it engages them with the community, but there's a lot more charities than that, and virtually all of them revolve around kids. I don't think there's a better cause. A lot of good causes in the world, but kids, that's what it's all about here.
Final question, Tom. I asked Joe Torre this. I'm going to ask you the same thing. It's not baseball, trust me. I know you want to talk baseball. Tom loves his baseball. Greatest lesson you've learned about leadership in your few years, particularly at the top of the firm? Greatest lesson in leadership is?
I think I learned it from you, Steve.
I think we're in trouble.
I think when you said, if you want to be like, get a dog, was one of the greatest lessons. You know, I think it's more the real...
Hold on, I said this at a seminar one time at the firm. Go ahead.
I think really what I've learned is you have to tell the people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And if you build the trust, they'll follow you for a long time. 18 years with me, which is a long, long time to be CEO. But I think it came from trust. It came from telling it like it is, good and bad. And that's a good life's lesson.
A quick follow-up on that. I've often said, what Tom's referring to is I do a fair amount of leadership coaching, executive coaching at the firm, helping people become better leaders and communicators. I've often talked about it, if you want to really be popular all the time, you shouldn't try to be in a leadership position.
You shouldn't try it. But you know, one of the people I model myself after is Joe.
Why is that?
We picked him because of his...
As a spokesperson.
As a spokesperson, because of his leadership skills, because of the trust he builds with people, because of the success he has, and because of the class he brings to the table. I mean, when he heard I was stepping down, he actually, called and asked me what I was going to be doing. I asked him if there's anything open in the commissioner's office. He said, not for you, but I mean,
That's the job you wanted.
That's a job I wanted. No, he shows me what a leader is, and he's led a number of teams. He led as a ball player, and he personifies what a leader is.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Steve.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Oscar Health Insurance, PNC Bank, New Jersey Sharing Network, Bergen Community College, New Jersey Resources, Johnson & Johnson, and by Kessler Foundation. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.